Today I would like to show you the MD6240 rotary blast hole drill. A rotary blast hole drill, which is representative of all Caterpillar blast hole drills, is that we have a 4-jack leveling system. So on the non-drill end, you'll have 4 leveling jacks. What this does is it gives you a better center of gravity. It gives less torsional stress to the main frame, A-frame, and what's transmitted through the mass structure itself. Plus, if you think about it, we do not have a leveling jack that's center line with your drill pattern, so you don't have to worry about as you proceed to the next hole, or you have to back up perhaps for a re-drill. You're actually leveling on top and crushing the hole that you've just drilled. As you can see, we've got a tank arrangement off the non-drill end for water. If we get up underneath the drill rig, you'll see that we've got ample tanks hanging for fuel. So in our design mantra, we like to ensure that we can carry enough onboard fuel and water that this drill rig will go through a full shift, if not 2. What that does is it makes it easier for overall operations, and you have less downtime for servicing, which is going to happen on a daily basis. The idea is to make it quick and easy, and that it only happens once. You can see with our undercarriage, we've got a very massive, it's a robust structure, side frames, rollers, chains, length, pitch, etc. is designed so it can be a good, strong base for the rotary blast hole drill. You get long life out of our undercarriages, I can tell you, and they are built and designed to withstand a mining application, which isn't always so perfect as far as tow and ground conditions. Right now we're looking at our dust chamber. Is that we've got dust curtains on both ends. That way they can be raised as you're moving from hole to hole, and you don't have to worry about pulling cuttings back in or smothering the hole that you've just built. If we take a step here inside, you can see that we've got ample room for cuttings. So as you're drilling, you have to imagine that they're being flushed from the hole at 5,000 to 9,000 feet per minute. They're going to eject, they're going to hit, and we would like them to knock to the sides so they're not actually falling back in the hole, where you'll have regrind, inefficient operations, and overall lower productivity and lower service life for your drilling, cutting tools. If we take a look at the drill deck of the drill rig, you can see we have a fixed drill deck. And so what this gives us is this gives us access to the drilling area with the mast pinned at vertical, the mast back at horizontal if it's laying at 90 degrees on the mast rest, or if you're drilling at an angle. In this case, we have some safety beams that are on there. It's purely for the show, because we weren't able to raise the mast to the 25 degree or put it at vertical, but it gives you a general idea. Even in this state, operator can enter or exit the cab onto the fixed rear deck. If you have to do maintenance or you need to get to any of these components, etc., you're not locked out, so to speak. It makes it easy for the guys in operations. It makes it easy for the guys in service. Come over to this side, and we're going to go ahead and get on board the drill rig. Once you get on board the rig, you're going to see the MD6240 has a powertrain arrangement that's pretty typical. It's an inline arrangement. You'll have engine, in this case it's a Caterpillar C27. You're going to have a flex drive coupling between the engine and the pump drive and corresponding hydraulic pumps. And then on the non-drill end side, you're going to have your air end, in this case a Solair 1350 CFM 350 PSI dual stage compressor. In the design mantra of Caterpillar, we want to make sure that we get the longest life out of our components as possible. Now we can't see it because the safety guard is over it, but this is, instead of being a fixed drive line, it's actually a rubber mounted shock coupling. What that does is it takes a little bit of the shock and the bang between the engine and the pump drive, gives you a little bit longer service life there with your major components, but also it means that you have one less maintenance point. The thing's installed, it's aligned, and it's going to run to the end of its service life. No one needs to touch it. So the less things that an operator or maintenance department has to do, the better. All right, what we're looking at right now is a Carousel pipe rack arrangement. On this machine, we've got a 4-pot arrangement, as you can see, and it's holding 35-foot shoulder to shoulder drill pipe, 7-inch OD. All Caterpillar rotary blast hole drill rigs are designed to be operated with a full pipe rack and a full drill string hanging from the head. That'd be a live tower arrangement. You can raise and lower the mast without problem. It's a heavy-duty reinforced structure, as you can see, with double cut lacing here in the hot zones to ensure that you've got a good solid structure and a proper cradle to raise and lift this thing. As we're looking inside the mast, we can see that we've got it arranged, as I said, with an angle drilling package earlier. You've got a automatic pipe positioner to help guide pipes as you're drilling. You can use that in vertical mode if you want, and it's there if you're doing angle drilling, of course, because the pipe's going to be a little bit lazy. It might fall in and out. We've got a very robust pipe handling system. You can see here our lower breaker plate and our A-tool, which isn't visible because we've got the inner liner, the deck push there, but they're both designed so you get a slap geometry, is what we like to call it, for making and breaking pipe joints. All Caterpillar drill rigs will come out with a hydraulically operated breakout wrench. We call that hobo for short. That way, if you've got an overly tight connection, your operators aren't wasting hours trying to get that connection broken to add or retract pipe, but swinging in the wrench, using it to overpower, break, pulling it away, and then they can continue with normal operations thereof. This is the simple cab. It's pretty plain Jane and pretty easy to operate. The operator's going to be sitting right here. He's got his controls logically laid out. He's got direct line of sight with the drill deck in the drilling area so he can see what's going on. And this is where he's going to spend the majority of his day. Behind the controls, slowly operating the rig, making sure that he's getting what we really want, which is holes in the ground.